Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we going Mexican style for supper. We're going to do a Nacho Supreme Casserole. And I'm going to show you how I do that coming up right now. Okay, what we've done here now, we've got 2 pounds of ground beef in a skillet, and we browned it up with a large onion. Got a large onion diced up in there with it. We browned it, drained it, and so now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to put probably about 2 teaspoons of salt, probably about a teaspoon and a half to 2 teaspoons of black pepper. We got garlic powder. We're going to sprinkle this in probably about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Onion powder. We're going to sprinkle in about 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And smoked paprika. We're going to do probably about a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And we're going to stir all that up. And we got our heat on, between medium, low, and medium. You can probably see the steam coming off of it. Man, that smells good. Make me want to eat already. All right, what we got here, we got refried beans. We're going to add some refried beans to it. It's just a can of the refried beans. The brand doesn't make any difference whatsoever. You can add whatever brand you happen to pick up will be fine, I'm sure. And just a tip, if you ever need to stretch your hamburger meat, then beans is a good way to do it. Let's say if you got just a pound or so of hamburger meat out, and company pops in about time you start supper, looking to eat supper with you, you can always grab you a can of beans or something like that and throw into your hamburger meat in with your meat. I like to add 1 can of beans per 1 pound of hamburger meat or ground beef, whatever you want to call it. I call it hamburger meat. But anyway, you can add you a can of beans to your ground beef, and it'll about double your meat that you got there. And unless you tell them, chances are they won't never even know it. What we're going to do now, we're just going to try to get this stirred in and let it. Once them beans start heating up, they'll moisten up, and won't be like they are right now. Right now they're sort of thick, but once they start heating up, warming up, they'll sort of liquefy a little bit. We don't want this real runny, but I mean, we do need a little bit of liquid in it. Right now we don't have any because, like I said, we drained our hamburger meat and our onions there. We drained that before we added any seasoning in. Cause you don't want to add your seasoning in before you drain your meat, because then you just drain your seasoning out of it. So we're just going to stir this around and let this heat up some. And then we're going to go on with the next step. We're going to let this get good and warmed up. What we'll do, it's going to take this probably about 4 or 5 minutes to get warmed up here good. We'll just bring you back whenever it gets warmed up and show you what it is. Okay, you can see now our beans, it's been 3 or 4 minutes there. See how they're starting to mold together with our hamburger meat, our ground beef there. And what we want to do, we got a packet of taco seasoning here. We're going to add a packet of taco seasoning to it. Want to wait till our beans start molding together for this, because we want to get this flavor here worked in with everything. So, we'll wait till our beans and meat come together before we add our taco seasoning, because it makes it blend in better. Or to me it does. May just be a personal thing, but to me it makes it blend in better. Now what we're going to do, we got a tub of Cool Whip here. We're going to put us just about 3 or 4 good heaping teaspoons of Cool Whip in there. Put that back in the refrigerator, and we're going to just mix our Cool Whip in with our bean mixture here. Get it all stirred together good. Man, don't that look good. If y'all could smell this, y'all's mouths be watering just like mine is. Man, just look at that. Just look at that. Makes me want to eat it just like that. Now, we may have more here than what we really need for our casserole, but if we do, that's okay. Because you know what you can do? You can take and cook you a couple cups of rice or pasta, something like that. Put it over pasta, put it over rice. You know, I mean, it won't go to waste. It goes good with pasta, go good with rice. You know, anything like that, it go good with. But see how it's sort of soupy, and you can sort of spread it around there now. That's the consistency that you're looking for. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to take this off the heat, and we're going to put our casserole together, and we'll be right back. We're going to get over to the island, and we'll be right back and show you how we're going to do that. Okay, we got our oven preheated 350 degrees. I don't know if I told y'all that a while ago when we was over at the stove. We got some cafe style chips here. We're just going to spread some around in the bottom of our 9 by 13 casserole dish here. We just want to sort of get the bottom covered in our casserole dish is what we want. This is going to sort of like be the base, the crust for our casserole there. We get some of them spread around. Then we're going to take our mixture here, our meat mixture, and we're just going to spoon us some out on top of it. I would say about half of it, but we may or may not need half of it. You know, I mean, it just depends. So we're going to spread our mixture out on top of our chips here. Just spoon it out, sort of dollop it around. And then what we're going to do, we're going to just sort of spread it a little bit like this and see what we got. Because we want to cover our chips in it. What we want. Want to get our chips covered good. This way we can see where we need some more at. Put some right here in this corner. Get them bad boys covered right there. We're just making us a layer. Here's what we're doing. Making us a layer that we can build on. All right, that looks pretty good there. Now what we're going to do, we got a can of diced tomatoes we drained. We're just going to take and put some diced tomatoes around. Now, how many diced tomatoes you put on is strictly up to you. You don't even have to use the diced tomatoes. If you don't like tomatoes, you can leave them off. To me, though, I mean, it's just not a real Mexican dish if you don't have at least some on it. I'm not going to put them real heavy on it, but you know, I do want a few on it, just to knock them around there. We got some black olives. We're going to just sprinkle us some black olives around on it. And again, sort of like the tomatoes, the olives just go with the Mexican theme, you know. We don't want to put a whole lot on there. And now some people don't like this. This is optional, but I like it myself, so I'm going to do half of it. I got some sliced jalapenos here. I'm going to put sliced jalapenos on one end of it. Because my grandson, he may or may not eat the jalapenos on it. My wife, she definitely don't like the jalapenos on hers, so I'm going to do about half of it in jalapenos, and then half of it I'm going to leave without the jalapenos. Like I said, the jalapenos are strictly optional. All the toppings are optional. I mean, you can put them on there or not. That's strictly up to you. But I just like jalapenos myself, so I want to get it. I can get at least a jalapeno in each bite there on that one end. All right, then we're going to go on with us a good layer of cheese here. And when I say a good layer, I mean a good layer. We're going to probably put about a cup of cheese on here. This is what's going to hold everything together. Somebody trying to get a hold of me, ain't they? They just going to have to wait. I'm in the middle of fixing supper and I'm hungry. All right, once we get that on, we're just going to repeat our steps now. We're going to get our nacho chips. I just want to get that raked up there. We're going to put us another layer of nacho chips on it. We're going to sort of mash these down into our mixture there. Be sure that we just, get mixed up good. Of course, they're not going to stick, but just sort of get them mixed in there good. And then this layer here. Because we want everybody to get some chips. We want everybody to get some of everything. I like to for everybody to get some of everything when they eat something, because you never know what somebody don't get may be their favorite part of the whole dish. What good is that? You know, if my favorite part of the dish is the meat, then when I bite into it, I want to get some meat. You know, my favorite part of the dish is cheese, and when I bite into it, I want to get some cheese. It looks like we're gonna be just about right on our mixture here of meat. Looking at it. Get it up here where I do something with it. People trying to get a hold of me. Y'all just excuse the phone there. That's just a text message. It'll still be there whenever I get done. Looking good here. Now, was that just the right amount of meat or mixture or what? You couldn't ask for it to be any better than that. I couldn't have planned that no better. Set that over there out the way. Hope it don't fall on me. Okay, and then same thing here. We're going to go with some more diced tomatoes on here. We're going to sort of spread them around. And down in the bottom of the can, I probably still got some juice, so I'm going to sort of drain them off on that spoon before I pull them out of there. Don't matter if there's a little bit of juice gets out there, but we don't want a whole lot of that juice off our tomatoes in this. So, man, I can't wait to get into this. If y'all could just smell this right now, you know this is going to be good. Anytime something smells like that, you know it's got to be good. That's a big old diced tomato there. I thought that was 2 or 3 of them. That's just one diced tomato. That's a big one. And there we go on them. We're going to get our olives. We're going to douse our olives out here. We're going to go a little bit heavier on our olives this time too. We're going to get all of them in there. Spread around. Like I said, we want everybody to get a bite of them. I'm going to sort of pat them down. Some olives want to roll around. I didn't get the halves olives. I only had the whole pitted olives. So, now, if I ain't mistaken, this is the end. I put the peppers on a while ago, so this is the end. I'm going to put some more peppers on. We're going to go a little bit heavier on the peppers on this end right now, too. Everything we got in here is already cooked. So, you know, we don't have to worry about anything being raw or anything like that. We don't have to worry about making sure we got it in the oven long enough for it to cook anything, because everything's already cooked. That's why we cooked the hamburger meat first, and you know, our onion and all that we did first. Now, what we're going to do, we're just going to put just a light coat right now on top of our stuff here. We're just going to sprinkle just a little bit of cheese around here right now. We don't want to completely cover this top yet right now. We got another step to go yet. But what we're going to do, we're going to put this in the oven for about 15 or 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And then we'll bring you back and show you the next step once we get that done. Okay, we've left our casserole in about 15 minutes. We took it out. Now, what we want to do, we want to just go on with us a good coat of cheese now. We're going to use the rest of our cheese that we got left over from what we put on a while ago. This is a mild cheddar. Now, you can use whatever flavor I guess you like, you know, Mexican, mozzarella, whatever you like. I just using the mild cheddar, but you don't necessarily have to use mild cheddar. We just want to put us a good coat on here though. Oh, my hand's almost too big to go down in that bag. It sort of makes it hard to get your hand in there to get it out. You know what I mean? We're just going to sprinkle that on there. That'll take care of that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put it in for about 10 more minutes or until our cheese gets good and melted there and starts turning golden brown. And then we'll bring you back. Okay, we got our Nacho Supreme casserole out of the oven there. You see how our cheese melted and started turning golden brown. We're gonna cut us a little piece of it here, and we're gonna, oh well, I say cut it. We're gonna dip us out a little piece of it, I guess would be a better way to say it. And we're gonna do a taste test of it. And yeah, I'm cutting off of the end that has the peppers on it, because I want the peppers. Like I say, I like the peppers. See how that looks? Man, that is good right there. I'm going to just slide that off here. She's probably still hot, because we took it out of the oven and we did let it set for about 10-15 minutes. You know, you always want to let your casserole anytime you cook a casserole, you want to let it set 10 or 15 minutes to set up. Now, if you don't, if you just take it out and cut right into it, then it's just going to be a runny mess no matter what casserole you fix. You always need to let your casserole set, and, for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and let it set up some. But we're going to give her a taste, huh? Give me one of them jalapenos in there and some of the black olives and diced tomatoes and meat, cheese. Man, that smells good. Mm, mm, mm. Man, I can go to town on that stuff. I ain't joking. Hey, y'all give this a shot. Try it and see what you think about it. I guarantee you'll like it. If you would, give the video a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you that do. We appreciate all of you that take time out of your day to watch our videos. Nachos Supreme Casserole. We'll see you on the next one.